Good morning, Fanatics. Welcome to Flow with the Markets Wednesday. Here we are. It is about 1 hour into London Open, and we have to sit down and update our charts because, again, as I usually tell you, we do the analysis on Saturday and Sunday, but then Monday opens, it does something completely different from what we expected, and then, of course, we have to flow with the market. So here we are, going straight into the video right now, having a look at everything and potentially trying to draw the expectations for the rest of the week. Alright, so starting with the Dixie first of all, again, we are going to be checking the economic calendar, but I do this at the beginning of every week, so you should be monitoring your calendars. But today, pretty much, we have retail sales for the Euro, 12 o'clock, that is exactly 1 hour from the time that I'm recording this video. And then we have this ADP employment change, which is an important USD release. And then, of course, we have interest rate for CAT. So personally, I don't trade CAT, but the Canadian dollar could indirectly impact the US dollar. So of course, we should be aware that there is an interest rate coming out. Now, DXY here was my potential scenario. I was pretty bearish for us to kind of pull back and start crushing the lows. But guess what happens? Monday opens. It actually did pull back here, rejected from that zone. But then again, you can see around New York session, we just whoop, popped into the highs. So what happens? Well, that potential forecast is completely invalidated. And of course, what we had is we had a trend change to the upside right here. And if I'm just going to keep this supply right there, but not to distract us. Then we have this trend change right there. The market formed it with a very nice imbalance. We came in, we filled in the imbalance. Then we made another very nice leg higher. So again, yet another break of structure. And currently we are sitting in right here. So there was some funny price action right there. We had quite a few hours without data on TradingView. Not sure what the broker is or what is happening. I had the same with EU and GU as well. So currently we pushed up, we pulled back a little bit. There is also that little bit of an imbalance right here that is currently kind of being respected. You can see the market is not really closing below it. And right now we're starting to pop up to the upside. So I do believe our next, like, again, every day you jump on the charts and you try to forecast, okay, where is the market going to go today? Or you can go as short term as this session, right? So where is London potentially going to go? Where is then New York going to go? But overall, you would like to forecast the day. And looking at the days so far this week, we have two nice bullish days, nothing very expansive, right? But they're very nicely bullish, driving us into this daily lower high supply. But it makes me think that after taking this liquidity here to the left, okay, maybe it's time we shift, right? It's time we shift. Of course, we still have this weekly imbalance right there to reach for. That is resting just above that daily high. So if we actually take out that daily highs liquidity, maybe even take out these daily highs right there, then maybe from there, that could be potentially next week we can get into the shorts. But for right now, let's focus on what is happening right now, which is bullish. And of course, like, it didn't play out very nicely. I still haven't taken a trade. Like, it's December, guys. It's December, so you cannot expect much. December's price action is kind of, it looks good, but then you enter into a trade and it like chops you around. There are trades, of course, you can always force something, but it's about quality, not quantity. So yesterday, like, there is that gap. We filled the gap right there, reacted, pulls back, reacted, and we had the news. So we had the ISM PMI yesterday, manipulated, and then, of course, we made the move after the manipulation. And right now, Asian range, the market took out the high, retested the Asian range, which is something that I don't like. So I skipped taking EU and GU shorts, I'm going to show you right now. And it is just making this 15-minute break. So short term, I really think this previous daily high right there is achievable. So are we doing something like this right now to pull back, to drive us into this, and then to potentially maybe see a reaction? Who knows? Keep in mind, usually Wednesday, either Tuesday the whole day or Wednesday London session, maximum like lunchtime or even New York, it's usually forming the weekly high or weekly low. And so far we have three bullish days driving us into the highs. And right now, if we start seeing a shift of order flow, like if I start seeing the 4-hourly time frame reject, the hourly time frame reject, and the 15-minute starts trending down, then I would start taking short, because again, my bias on the dollar is still shorts, but yet we don't have any clues. So this is what we have right now, right? I would love for this high to be taken, so it could get left untaken like this, and then maybe it's gonna come and revisit it in New York. Who knows? But currently, this is what we have. So maybe it's pulling back right now into demand zone to tap us into the highs. And if after it taps us into the highs, of course, then you are very nicely in premium. You're very high, so you don't want to keep longing, right? And usually, again, if I want to see a buy setup, I would wait for the market to manipulate lower, give me a trend change, and then potentially go higher. So again, that is the Dixie. And if I just transfer onto the Euro right now, I didn't do a very, very big analysis on the Euro. Again, I told you, let's just wait. And you can see this week, so we broke structure lower, pulls back, perfect lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, right? So absolutely very nicely bearish week. And what we actually reached for is, if you carefully have a look at, we have this very, very, very big daily imbalance right there, which is also a weekly one. But then if you go to the forward, and even you find it on the forward time frame, which is what I did yesterday, we have this, right? And pretty much the market is filling all of that big move right there because there was a lot of imbalance right here, and it's slowly coming in and filling it. Now, the question is how far it's going to go into it. Well, I don't know. So what day is it today? Wednesday. And I told you on Wednesday, the market does usually tend to form like a weekly high or weekly low. So right now we have this forwardly shitty break of structure, right? So I mean, still the main one is here, right? Yesterday there was a nice short, but again, I didn't take it because it didn't provide the price development that I want to see. But right now we took out this low. So what I would essentially like to see, I don't want to be calling a bottom right now on EU, but what I want to see is some bullishness start kicking in. Because if today right now, if London session right now shows me bullishness on the 50-minute, on the 30-minute, on the hourly, and even eventually on the 4-hourly, then potentially tomorrow on Thursday and even on Friday NFP in the morning, you could be potentially looking for longs, right? The weekly candle looks very bearish. So I can't really imagine this very massively bearish looking candle to turn bullish, but who knows? Anything can happen. So let's see. Now, on the 50-minute time frame, yesterday, there is yesterday. So again, yesterday we had this sort of setup. So there was a trend change right there that happened during Asia. And we had this massive rundown in London and in Frankfurt, right? And then pretty much London returned to test out this zone. So again, there were some community members of mine that took the trade from here. I did not. Why? Well, because again, if I'm to take a short, well, I don't want to be looking for a short like this. It took out the Asian low. It took out all the liquidity here. Now, the thing that was pretty good to see is that the previous daily low and this Frankfurt low right there were absolutely perfectly equals. So that kind of gave us a clue that, all right, the market is potentially going to take it. And again, it came in, reacted, and it came in again, took it out. Then it came in with a PMI to stop out all the people that are maybe break even or trail their stop loss. And then we still rushed into the target, which was this 4-hourly imbalance. Now look at what is happening right now. So this is a good buy day, right? The market printed this 4-hourly low on not even on Frankfurt Open. This is Frankfurt Open actually, 9 o'clock. We punched the daily low. Then we reacted a little bit, and right now we punched that Frankfurt low, and look at what is happening right now. So this is what I want to see, and this is what potentially is going to offer me a potential long setup, which is a very aggressive way of trading counter trend like this, just based on a 15-minute break. But if we potentially even have a break of this high right there in New York today, I am going to be looking for longs. Why? Well, because again, Wednesday, we've been pushing down all week. We tapped into the imbalance in an overall weekly and monthly bullish market. So again, I would stick to longs right now, but still it is rather uncertain. So I'm looking for a very, very nice push from here, right? And then to potentially see if I can get any trade like this. So that is my forecast for EU right now. Of course, guys, it can change by the end of this video. The market might respond right there and flush lower and there is no trade. So that is my thought process behind it. Euro-JPY. So I had 3 outcomes. A bigger pullback, a small pullback, or just a dump. Well, just the dump happened. So at least it went bearish into that liquidity target right there and into that monthly imbalance. So let me just refer back to that monthly. Yeah, very small. So EJ, very good position for a long trade right now. The monthly candle is looking very bearish and it looks very bearish, right? It's scary. The weekly time frame is also looking very bearish. So again, it might not reverse immediately because you also have a look at the daily. Extremely bearish. So usually, again, for the market to reverse, it's going to consolidate a little bit. Maybe it's going to print an indecision candle or two, and then it's going to start kind of reversing on the 4-hourly time frame. Well, this one is just bearish right now. But again, keep in mind, we have reached our targets. So right now, we have potential, kind of a potential macro time frame idea so that we can start aligning bullish right now. So again, it could go down for a little bit more, right? And then as soon as we start getting that bullish 4-hourly structure, I would be interested to be taking longs. So right now, again, similar to EU, we just opened the day. Again, yesterday, I mean, this is no trade for me. Asia, massive dip below Asia, pulls back. I would like to see at least like these flat highs taken or the Asian high taken. This here is a good sale day. Took out Asian high, trend change down, retest, and then it dumps. Like this is a good day. Right now, again, similar. Consolidation, took out the previous daily low, tapped into that demand zone, aligning bullish right now on the 50 minutes. So this one is already setting up for a potential long. Although once again, guys, a little bit risky. So you don't want to be basing a reversal trade just solely like this on the 50-minute. Like wait for the hourly to change, wait for the hourly to change, wait for the even for the 30-minute to change, right? Because right now, if you just look at it, well, it's bearish. I'm sorry, but it's bearish. We cannot be really looking for a counter trend idea like this. But you can take this one with low risk. And then if you start seeing order flow being built up like that, then you can start scaling in and of course, taking other setups. So that is Euro-Yen. That is my buy idea right now. Overall being bullish on the Euro, but that again depends if the Dixies is gonna be potentially reversing lower as well. Let's see, there is EU right now. I wanna see a strong, nice close. I wanna see nicely running away from that level and then to potentially look for the pullback. So let's hope it closes very nicely. We still have 8 minutes to go. Aussie dollar rushed into, so again, I had a buy expectation here, but I probably told you it's way too high. It's very high, took out daily high, hourly high, very high overall on the weekly time frame, and guess where it went? Whoop, took out a lot of liquidity. It went exactly back to rebalance. That's a weekly imbalance that we marked. There it is, perfect. So right now, again, you want to see clear signs of the market respecting this. So there it is on the daily time frame. We didn't really engulf below it, right? There is still that daily zone right there. That is a very nice daily demand. Hourly time frame though is absolutely bearish. Like if we look at this massive push, and again, in order for the hourly time frame to turn bullish, according to me, then like this high has to break, which is pretty much our target. So it is impossible for the hourly time frame to shift bullish if it doesn't make a lower low and then potentially a higher high. So that is how I see it. Now, if you start seeing it like, for example, even with internal structure like that, then I would say go for it. So you can even look on the hourly time frame in this case. Like you can see the hourly time frame has structure, it has shifted. Look at the momentum. I do believe we also had the Aussie news. Nice momentum after a consolidation into the imbalance push. Right now potentially pulling back. So I could potentially frame a long idea here. It was very choppy until the interest rate. So did we have them this morning? Oh no, this morning we had GDP, so it impulsed. So not extremely clear. Once again, it still looks to me very, very bearish. So again, if you would like to take a long idea, then make sure to wait for a clear setup because it's not entirely clear right now. And honestly, right now the 50-minute is bearish once again. Like it broke down here, retested the lower high, reacted, about to be breaking the low. There is no liquidity taken. We're still trading within the Asian range, and after such a big move during Asia right now, London could be a little bit tricky. So give the Aussies some time. I presume AJ is gonna be the same. Yeah, so on this one, yeah, I remember this one was tricky. And when it's tricky, again, the market tends to displace somewhere, and we had this massive rush into the lows, taking all of these liquidity areas and actually coming into a zone we marked, which is, what is it? Yeah, this is the daily zone right there, because we're trading between this daily low to this daily high, and I told you the market pulled back, higher low, it failed to make a higher high, so this automatically becomes weak. And there it is, whoop, got taken. So right now, once again, you want to see some clear bullish signs, like the hourly time frame. The last break is here. So if you want to see a forward trend change, then you have to wait for this one to break. It's filling in a lot of imbalance right now coming in. So again, not the great positioning, not a lot of bullish confluences according to me. But then if you just solely transfer onto the hourly time frame, you have this very nice push up here. Right, there is a trend change, of course. We have two imbalances. One is below 50 and one is above 50. So that could potentially be a potential framework for that long trade idea on Aussie-JPY. But still, again, GDP massively pushed the market up. So yeah, it looks a little bit unstoppable right now in a pullback mode. So again, you could look for longs on the Aussies. Definitely look good after taking a lot of liquidity, potentially making that weekly low. But again, just be aware that there is still a lot of bearishness within this market, and usually takes the market a little bit of time to reverse like that. So again, be patient and be careful. NZD, so yeah, this one not as impulsive as the Aussie. Again, it was very, very, very high. 4-hourly break. I expected a pullback and a continuation, but no, it has to take some liquidity before it goes. Right now, what it did, it just made a trend change lower right there. Pulls back. Didn't take this low as well, which is the daily low, I believe. Kind of. I don't like it. So if you carefully have a look at what we're having right now, it's this. So there is no clear trend. It's just like consolidating again, potentially preparing for something. Okay, so let's wait for it. I'm not even going to go to the 50-minute because, yeah, trending down, just going lower right now. Took out Asian high, aligned bearish. So that is a good short opportunity right there, honestly. But again, look at the equals right there. This one looks like it wants to push a little bit lower, which does not resonate with what we think about the Aussies, them turning bullish. So again, guys, like, bias is getting unclearer and unclearer right now in December. So be careful, look to step aside, look to trade with low risk. So this is my expectation on NU right now. I don't think it grabbed enough liquidity to potentially make a move higher. But again, who knows? Who knows? The market tends to leave equal lows like this a lot of times. I experienced it this week. So let's see. NJ, yeah, had some bullish expectations when the market went in, and it actually took out some liquidity below this low. And right now the following lower high is actually being broken with a wick. We had a very nice imbalance created on the way up that is currently being filled, and we're going to be retesting potentially this higher low. So there it is. Very simple frame here on NZD-USD, on NZD-JPY, sorry. After we took out this low, here is liquidity. We potentially filled in some imbalance that was actually filled. Was there something on the weekly? No, the only one we have was down there. And right now, again, we want to see those clear signs. So you can see this is eventually what I want to see on EU, for example, on GU, to have a 4-hourly breakup like this with momentum, then a pullback, and then to see actually that bullish order flow being established. So right now, being a JPY pair, massively moved up, currently in the pullback. So again, if you want to take a long, wait for a proper setup. UJ, let's have a look. Probably told you not to trade this one. I don't even, oh no, I analyzed it on another broker, this one. Let me check it out. Was it this one? No. Here's the JPY on Holanda. Okay, where did I analyze it? I don't know. Maybe Forex.com. Okay, there it is. So we have this as our targets. And what did the market do actually? Okay, it hasn't done anything. Just broke lower, and then we are on an eternal pullback right now. So again, what can I say about UJ? Well, nothing. it's bearish. It does have this very big imbalance right there, kind of playing around the 50% line here of the imbalance, and it doesn't move. So again, expectation was to take out this low, which is our next daily objective. Daily time frame doesn't have any imbalance, doesn't have any clear trend. It's been 3 days of a chop, so I don't know, right? No outlook on the UJ. GU. So yeah, GU right now is very, very interesting because again, we expected for it to potentially continue higher, but it doesn't look like it has gathered enough liquidity. So then this low failed to cause a new high. It becomes weak, and it came in and it took it out. Again, beautifully equals created here, taken, and right now we're tapping into daily imbalance and weekly imbalance. And you can see the reaction, but still on the 4-hourly time frame, where we're still bearish on the 4-hourly time frame. 4-hourly high, 4-hourly low, pulling back into the imbalance right there. Of course, we have one right here also starting to form. You can see that this is our first sign of potential shift of order flow when the market starts making imbalances against you, right? And potentially respecting them. Now, daily time frame, 2 bearish candles so far. Right now, again, reacting from this daily imbalance, filling in also the weekly imbalance. So I think it's a very good area for us to start like framing potential long ideas, okay? But it's not ready yet. So right now, again, we're still within the Asian range. It's still short bias. Like what it did actually here was a trend change lower, and then we have this supply. So like some members might be rushed into shorts from here, although I said in the morning I'm not going to be taking the short. Why? Well, because we still have Asian high intact and we're tapping inside the daily bullish area, and you can see the market right now responding and coming to take them out, break even, hopefully not a loss. So again, what I want to see is bullishness. Like bullishness on the 4H, bullishness on the 1-hourly time frame as well. Like show me some clear momentum to the upside, so that I can actually jump on the train. So that's it. Okay, no clear bias right now, no clear signs, but I'm starting to expect that bullishness. And again, it's very, very important to actually wait for the DXY to also show us that it wants to commit to the downside, and then everything else is going to flow. Right now, in terms of the Asian range, no setups. Yesterday, again, like it took out the Asian high, it reacted, and then there was a short here. This short I could have taken, right there, but happened too late before the news. Rushed to take out the lows, then it came up down, then it came back down again to the daily. But again, you want to let Tuesday also play out to show you actually like the daily lows and daily highs, and then to potentially jump onto the best days, which are Wednesdays usually and Thursdays. So right now, looking for something, right? For a trend change higher with momentum to potentially start framing longs. It did leave very nice equals once again down there. So it's gonna make yet another move lower to take even more liquidity to continue going higher. I don't know. And again, guys, December, I just also feel a little bit tired right now because we are showing up and the market is not playing out. And usually as you show up, you're gonna force something and it's not gonna be good. So I'm definitely gonna be stepping aside, just showing up like for 2 to 3 hours per day and seeing if there is something early on. So yeah, on GJ, either a push lower and an alignment bullish or a push higher and alignment bullish. So yeah, it pushed lower nicely into that, what seems to be like a daily zone, yes. But again, we need to see the bullish momentum. So again, I want to see the market very nicely expand above this hourly high with imbalance, with very nice strength, right? And then to potentially see the market go higher. That is GJ. Like so far, yes, Monday flush lower, good, but overall consolidation. And keeping in mind how the overall USD yen looked like, well, not good. So again, this is what I'm waiting for right now. I see that there has been a very nice rejection. So again, like this low here, Monday's low taken by Tuesday, but Tuesday low is still intact and we're starting to rally a little bit into the highs. Well, let's see. I personally really want to see at least the hourly time frame shift or best the hourly. So wait for that to shift and then jump on the train. So gold, yeah, I mean, gold took out all-time highs and it made a new all-time high. So again, like, I mean, can it continue rally to the upside? Probably not. But again, who am I to say? But yeah, on Monday, it just massively rushed into the highs. Massively rushing right now, starting to reject lower. So I'm going to avoid talking about gold right now because this is something brand new. And yeah, I mean, we could say that there has been a trend change lower. There is another structure break right there. So if I look at it from a very technical standpoint, that is the supply currently. So it's actually bearish, right? It's actually bearish. But then, of course, if the dollar starts to commit bearish as well, like is gold also gonna continue this this way? Well, I don't know. Let's see. All right, let's see. Again, let me know, guys, what you think is happening with gold right now. US 30 kind of reached that area, reacted, failed to push higher. Then it came in to take out this week low. And right now it's starting to give us a little bit of a bullish pressure, but still bearish on the 4H. Again, guys, I don't like it. Especially US 30. I'm not trading US 30 at all right now. I'm trying to focus more on NASDAQ and SPX because I do like them a little bit more. And I'm working on something to start trading them better as well and form a New York strategy for that. So look at NASDAQ, right? Bearish on the 4H, tapped inside, whoop, weekly imbalance. That is where we potentially wanted to see price. It came in here. Or of course, the other scenario was to break higher and then to continue going higher as well. Tapped in, reacted, failed to push lower. And then here we have this sort of break. Now that is not a major break because the major high is right there on the 4-hourly time frame. Okay. If you go to the hourly, still the hourly also, like this is all internal. But what I see is that it's starting to respect imbalances, right? It's starting to respect them. And also from that weekly imbalance, we had one rejection candle, two rejection candles. And right now it looks like the third one wants to go higher. It already took out the previous daily high, right? But what I would love to see happen in New York right now is for us to rush into the lows, right? Rush into the lows. And look at that yesterday. I was looking to long NASDAQ and SPX yesterday, and they both left equal lows like this. They even left this low right there. I was like, okay, why didn't you take these lows right here? Does somebody have an answer? Like so equal. So are those prepared for today? I don't know, but I really looked to take a long trade as we tapped inside this. I was looking to target like, yeah, just to take a trade and to target like some of these highs right there. But no, it just opened, whoop, massive push up. So right now it's pretty high as well. So what I'm going to be looking for, if I just like look on the hourly time frame, well, it's rather extended. So I would look for some sort of I mean, this hourly imbalance is filled. I will look for some sort of a bearish move and then to potentially start looking for the longs. But again, I do analysis on the New York for the indices, so still a little bit too early. SPX as well. So SPX, we had couple of outcomes, but it nicely pulled back into this overall zone right there. And the problem with SPX is that there is no imbalances to feel here. Everything is balanced on the daily. Of course, on the weekly, we have one right there, but it looks like so far it's just responding from that daily zone. For hourly time frame is still kind of shitty. Honestly, it's still bullish actually from this low to this high. Took out liquidity here, formed this low, broke higher. Right now, again, forming imbalance. And what I see right here, which could be a potential area of interest that we can long from today, is that 4-hourly imbalance right there. But then again, like yesterday, don't tell me this one took it. No. This is Owanda. I usually trade on Pepperstone. Look at that. I was looking for those like around the New York Stock Exchange for it to manipulate below these lows. But no, it just formed perfectly equals and it started rallying into the highs. So again, today, I'm looking for either for this imbalance fill or for the market to come and take out these lows and then give me a long from here because I'm overall bullish on indices. So that's pretty much it, right? Crypto is going crazy. I have very little holdings in crypto, but it's a pretty good percentage. I'm mainly focused on stocks right now, but yeah, it's pretty much over. Like if you don't just go FOMO right now on this massive move, it's probably gonna retrace and get on the retrace. Don't go FOMO, right? So yes, let's see, right? Let's see still again, guys, December, no clear bias, kind of a little bit of a sloppy price action that we have right now. Looking to see today, how today is going to respond, because I'm looking for today to form the weekly high and weekly low on the currencies, and then to potentially see some signs of a reversal. Like look at EU right now. I mean, EU is giving us that first sign of a potential reversal. This is also a 30-minute break. And you can see we have that very nice 30-minute zone right there. So you can already go ahead and like maybe take a low risk. I'm gonna see what, as I jump into my chart right now, I'm gonna see what it kind of will offer. Although like this range looks pretty big and the 1 minute time frame is like from here to here, right? It's starting to give us that clue for potential long. So let's see, right? JPYs as well, like you can see UJ is already providing it. The Aussies, I would give them some time. Right now, although some of them look good, like for example, NZD-JPY aligned bullish, right now feeling the imbalance. So that could mean that it's preparing for longs. USD-JPY very choppy. GU as well. Give it some time. Wait for bullish structure, because as you start actually getting that bullish structure like this, then it's easier, right? It's easier to go with the trend and take a trade. While if you're trying to catch the bottom, as we try to do right now, well, you're going to take a trade, you're going to get stopped out, right? Then you're going to take a trade, stopped out, and then by the time the market starts trending, you have taken a couple of losses. And then, of course, maybe if you take wins here, you're just going to cover your losses. Or if you miss the wins here, then you're just at a loss. So again, wait for a trend to be established. So that's pretty much where I'm going to end it. Again, no trade so far, taking it very easy. I'm jumping into reflection mode right now, having a look at what I did this year, what I learned, what I didn't learn, and where I potentially want to go in 2024. I'm not going to be releasing any more educational videos because feeling a bit tired. We'll be getting into, again, reflection and resting and taking some time off. So pretty much this Saturday, I'm going to be doing the weekly outlook, and probably it's going to be the final one. So guys, hope you're doing great. Make sure to take care. Don't trade too much. Enter reflection mode, and I'll talk to you on Saturday.